Maria Ivanovna, good afternoon. You already touched today, in the preliminary part, on the topic of prisoners of war. We have a question. Whether representatives of Great Britain and Morocco approached the Russian authorities with a request to influence the authorities of the Donetsk Republic order to release or mitigate the taken prisoner in the Donbass mercenaries from these countries.
The British Embassy in Moscow regularly addresses the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs with this question. That is, to clarify the fate of the citizens of this country, who are detained in the zone of a special military operation. We always clearly point out that such cases are a direct consequence of the irresponsible policy of London itself, and are aimed at escalating the situation in Ukraine. And the attempts made by the British side, for a long time to distort the state of affairs on the ground, led to the fact that some citizens of Britain had a false feeling that making money on blood in Ukraine would not have any consequences for them. Recent events show that there are consequences, and staying in such illusions is a dangerous delusion. We have repeatedly drawn attention to the fact that the responsibility for the lives of citizens of foreign countries who have decided to participate in illegal armed activities on the territory of Ukraine rests entirely with the governments of such states. We practically every briefing talk about the recruitment by Ukraine of mercenaries abroad. They do it through embassies. This is unacceptable from the point of view of the functionality of the embassy. We brought our legal assessments to each state. Any armed activity against Russian servicemen will be stopped immediately. Armed groups of foreign mercenaries and so-called volunteers will be destroyed. And in this regard, we once again call on London to radically reconsider its attitude towards what is happening in Ukraine. Refuse military support for the Kiev Nazi regime and take effective measures to prevent the participation of your compatriots in the events in Ukraine. As for specific captured British citizens, we recommend that London send appropriate requests to the competent authorities of the Donetsk and Luhansk republics. Concerning the mercenaries from Morocco, taken prisoner in Donbass, one should apply directly to the authorities of Donetsk, Lugansk, and so on. Again, I draw your attention to the fact that at the suggestion of the West, a number of states turn a blind eye and sometimes even encourage Ukrainian diplomatic missions around the world to recruit mercenaries to participate in hostilities. I repeat once again, this not only violates international, legal norms, including the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, and the International Convention on Combating the Recruitment, and Use of Funding, and the Training of Mercenaries. But this even violates the domestic laws of the respective countries.